I'm interviewing the leading candidates for governor about important issues facing Californians. I'm Sophia Bolag. I'm a state politics reporter for the San Francisco Chronicle. Here are a few excerpts from my conversations with the candidates. To read more from my interviews and to see our complete voter guide, go to sfchronicle.com.
Well, I think when you love something, you fight to make it better. And I love California. I love the Democratic Party. I grew up in a small rural community, Watsonville. My mom was a teacher. My dad was a union mailman. Thanks to his health care, which he only had because of his union, we didn't lose our home when I started having lung collapses in high school. And so I understand the importance of having a strong social safety net and public services more broadly. Our public library was our after school program for years because my parents worked long hours. When it was time for high school and our local public high school was struggling, I was only able to take advantage of a work study scholarship for low income students because of the access that the public bus system gave me. I had to take public buses to a neighboring county to get a college prep education. So I want government to work. And that's why I'm critical of the complacency that I've seen within Sacramento in particular. And look, I'm running for governor because California isn't working well enough for working people. And when we're at our best, we're creating economic opportunity and upward mobility for people. I see government as a platform for people to build a life and achieve the American dream. And you need a lot of things in that platform. You need infrastructure, good schools, safe neighborhoods, the ability to build housing, start a business. I don't believe government can fix everything or make everything fair as an outcome, but can certainly give everybody a fighting chance that if they work hard, they can build something better. They can have a brighter future. And for far too many California families, that's just not the case. On healthcare, we have some fundamental issues. One of which is the complexity of the system is leading to incredible overhead administrative costs. 25 to 30% of healthcare spending in the state goes not to delivering care, but to managing a system. So using emerging technology like AI, digitizing everything, really streamlining billing, reporting, and the information systems in healthcare, modernization is really important for bringing down cost. There's a lot of potential there. Price transparency and creating a little more competition, empowering the consumer to be able to see that a procedure at one hospital, a few miles down the road, maybe half of the cost, providing relief to our very expensive hospital system, and particularly our emergency rooms, by covering more people, but getting them to clinics and empowering nurse practitioners to practice at the top of their license and provide more of the care that they are capable of providing is a way to meet people where they are in a more efficient way than much of what we do. And then the big thing is really to get the incentives right overall. We need to move toward a healthcare system, and California is big enough as a market to be a model for this. We need to move toward a system that prioritizes long-term health outcomes over the provision of individual services. We still have a fee-for-service model for the most part, and I think there's a lot more to gain from shifting those incentives and really thinking about how do we bring down long-term healthcare costs. And look, part of this, let's be honest, is public health. If we think we're going to reduce healthcare costs just by redesigning who's paying or how we're billing or even the administrative overhead in the healthcare system without a broader conversation about public health, we are fooling ourselves. We need to incentivize and educate and encourage healthier lifestyles. It starts with diet, exercise, sleep, very fundamental things. But the standard American diet is killing people. We're spending a tremendous amount of money on chronic illness. And we have got to get upstream of that, or we're never going to rein in healthcare spending. Our job in government is to manage and shape that change and regulate it and buffer people from the worst impacts. Now, I believe that we don't succeed at that by putting our head in the sand or trying to stop it. If we simply try to stop technological change, it will just happen somewhere else. Whether that's Texas and Florida or it's China, it's going to happen in some other place, and then it happens to us, and we have a lot less leverage, and we're behind. We're behind the curve. I firmly believe that the best way to manage through rapid technological change is to invest in human capital.